Hello, 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 my art friends. How are you today? I'm going to try and make this as quick as possible because I have quite a few sketchbooks here that I wanted to do a quick sketchbook tour of. So I thought I would do this rather quickly. I don't want to explain every single page, but I do want, there will be some explanations, etc., etc. So let's get started, shall we? Let's get this out of the way. We'll start with this one. So this one I just finished. This was World Watercolor Month and just regular watercolors for 2024. This is the first time I ever did World Watercolor Month, and first time I really did prompts. Prompts always scared me a bit, and as you can see in the very beginning, this was pattern. I didn't even use the prompt for this one. I used the color cube for this because I just couldn't figure it out. This one was turn. I believe that's gouache. This one I did not use the prompt for that at all. This is also the color cube. Then this one, the prompt was patch, so I used Max Patch. The prompt for this one was rusty. I believe this is Inktense. These were done on the weekend. I really don't do art on the weekends, so I kind of just phoned it in. Study, feather. I used iridescent, Jane Davenport iridescence on that. And then this one was trunk. I was getting very literal with the prompts. This one was trunk. This is gouache. This one was buried. Of course, being from Buffalo, New York, I had to do snow for buried. This one was for huddle. I used my own photos for these mornies. I love mornies. Then this one was, the prompt was scratch. So I'm getting a little, starting to get used to it. This was the weekend. Phoned it in. This one was arch. And I believe I used Derwent charcoal pans, graphitins, and then this one was spiral. This one was vitamin, green juice, fiber, yogurt parfait. I'm starting to, kind of getting into it. Plus, with the 2 pages, I'm kind of, combining them to look good together. This one was plant. These are tomatoes. They don't look like tomatoes to me, but hey, this one was record. So I did a time capsule. This was a hard one to do. This one was widen, and this is right outside my. This is right outside my desk area. I noticed a few things I could have done better, but that's the cove and right outside of my door here. The prompt was striped, so I did candies. Filter, you know how I love my coffee. Pull, this was fun to do. I really liked it. Title, used my ocean papers. This was nice. Effervescent, champagne. I like how these two go together. I believe these were Gansai Tambi watercolors, maybe. Luminous. This might be Paul Rubens. So I started writing down the teachers and names and the supply that I used lately. So that's not in most of these because these are older, but coming up in my future sketchbooks I am. Luminous and global. I love that one. Obstacle. Alcohol is an obstacle for me. I've been very good. I don't think I drank all of August. And I haven't, so I've been doing very well, very well. And sweet, which I could have done a little bit better with the sweet. Serenity, love this. I think I'm getting into the Paul Rubens now. Deck, this is from a photo of mine from my old home. This is a black squirrel, used to come visit me all the time, Blackie. Then I miscounted, so this was a Lindsay YouTube, Lindsay Wyrick YouTube, and I used Ocean Papers. And this was the last day of World Watercolor Month, and this was shell. And I purposely did a crab that they use garbage for shells, and I think it's very sad because there's not a lot of shells out there. So for them, I don't know if people are stealing them or what. But yeah, that was the last day of World Watercolor Month. So then we just get into regular watercolor classes, or watercolor for the rest of this. And this was a Naomi Courture was a teacher, and we were practicing water drops. I think I did pretty good. Look at how good those look. And then this was Let's Make Art with Daniel Smith and markers. And let's see, then these are Relaxing Art with Janet, Daniel Smith watercolors. I love her classes. This is also Relaxing Art with Janet. She's on YouTube, free classes on YouTube. He is literally, he's not snoring, but Jax is not snoring over there. My Shih Tzu, he's on his back and he just does this. He barks at something. I wish I could show you. I'll put a picture at the end. This was Daniel Smith watercolors, and the teacher is Hannah MP. She's also on YouTube. This was Paul Rubens, and this was I just took a color cube and color cube 157 and did this myself. This is Hannah MP, and this is Paul Rubens, and this was on her YouTube channel. I just joined her Patreon. So this was a Helen Campbell. She's a teacher. And this is Paul Rubens and Daniel Smith. I think I combined them. This is when I finally combined them. Another Relaxing Art with Janet. You can tell which ones are from her because she's got a certain style which I really like. This one was me. This is a Daniel Smith watercolor, and I did this. I think I had my own. There's a video that I did where I did this, and this is Relaxing Art with Janet. Look at how beautiful that is. And this is when I combined my Paul Rubens and Daniel Smith watercolors now. And then this is more Relaxing Art with Janet, and I plan on doing. She's got like several, she does a lot. She's got a lot of YouTube videos out there that I have to catch up on, and I just love doing hers. So I'm going to be doing that after I'm done showing you my stuff. More Relaxing Art with Janet. This was a Hannah MP just recently, and these are my Paul Rubens, Daniel Smith watercolors. As you can see, I'm really, that was it. That was the last page on this. I really liked this square sketchbooks. I'm doing more. I think I'm going to go just a little bit bigger. I do have a smaller one for gouache, and we'll go through that one when that one's finished. So this next one, I made this myself, 2023-24. So I made this a while ago. And here's the teachers. I wanted to make sure I didn't forget any of the teachers' names. So this one, I don't remember the teacher's name on this one. But this was in 23. Oh my God, almost a year ago, 10/30. And oh, there's another acorn and another arch. I believe this was a reference photo. I can tell because look at how this. I can tell because this really. I also think I have a video of me doing this, but I see how I could have, this door really should have gone out more. But you know, this is what my channel is all about. It's me learning art and sharing with you the things that the supplies, the teachers, the work, and the things that I notice that I could have done better. Like this acorn. It's a little different. Compared to, let's compare this acorn to this acorn. This one, so if this was in 2023, just a little bit better, huh? I love acorns. I do, I love acorns. So yeah, this is 2023. This was a class, this was Skillshare. This is from something from Skillshare. And I was with Skillshare for about a year, but I found so many teachers that I did not redo this year, but I think I might eventually again. This was a Lindsay Wyrick class, I believe. I don't remember. I believe this teacher was Aliana. She's on YouTube. This was definitely a Sandy Alnock YouTube video. This was fun to do. She's really good as well. She does watercolor, gouache, markers as well. This was the food paint challenge that I did. This was Clark Fine Art. Was the teacher? You see the gold in there? It was cool. She's got another nice YouTube channel as well. This was with Lindsay with colored pencils. I believe this also was with Lindsay. And a lot of the Lindsay stuff is either her YouTube. She's got a lot of free stuff on YouTube, but I also joined her critique club for $5 a month. And it's well worth it because there's so many lessons on there as well that she does colored pencils, gouache, watercolor. She does so many different kinds of supplies that and mediums. Really is worth it. Really, I love her. This was a Lindsay Wyrick critique club. Look at that. That was fun. This was me. I think it was a reference photo, and I believe these were Derwent either charcoals or oh, look at this was a reference photo, and I believe this was when I got the Graphitints and the charcoal pans. So I was doing a lot of that. I think this is the Graphitints, and I also got the Graphitint pans and pencils. This was Lindsay Wyrick getting figgy with it. She's a great teacher. This was me. This is me phoning it in. I'm not really crazy about these two, but I'm learning, right? I am learning. So this was me with a reference photo. This was a Lindsay Wyrick peaches, and this was me. I think I did a video of this. This was me Valentine's Day. This was a Lindsay Wyrick food, but it was a food painting challenge and a Lindsay Wyrick video, which I love this. I really love how this turned out. Look at that pizza crust. That looks so good. This was me doing oil pastels, which I do not like, and I found out I just didn't like them. It is a Lindsay, and I just don't like oil pastels, but I tried it, so there. This was a food paint challenge, and that was fun. This was then I discovered Helen Campbell, and I believe these are Inktense. Oh, and I love Inktense. That was fun. Oh, since March. Wow, time has gone by so fast. I believe this is also Helen Campbell. I believe this is also Helen Campbell. So you can see how I go into my spurts when I find teachers. I go all out. This is a Helen Campbell. This is also, I believe this was also, I don't remember the teacher. It might be Lindsay. It might be Helen Campbell. This was oil pastels, which I just don't like. This was a Lindsay. This was a Lindsay. Oh, this one turned out nice. This was a Helen Campbell. I noticed that when I followed the teacher line by line or brush stroke by brush stroke, but then I did it again doing my own thing, and I kind of like doing my own thing better, so I got to learn to I was starting to learn to not do everything exactly like the teacher and start doing my own, use the teacher's class as a reference, but start doing my own thing. So that I really like that, but I really learned something from that. And then this was, I don't know what that says. Was this a Helen Campbell? This was a Helen Campbell. This was something I did not like, and I painted over it, and I never did anything over it. But you can see I didn't do very well with this, but I did it. I just had to keep, just keep at it. That's what it's all about. So this was also, maybe these are colored pencils. Forgot who this was. This might be Helen Campbell as well. This was a Lindsay Wyrick class. This was a Lindsay Wyrick class. I really like that. That turned out nice. This was Hannah MP. This was nice. It was fun. These two were Lindsay's. And I like how they kind of go together too. This was Inktense. This was Inktense. Yeah, these are two Lindsay classes, critique clubs. This was fun. These are fun to do. So it's just so much fun to do this stuff. This was Sketchbook School. I bought classes with Sketchbook School. That was that. This was Gouache with Lindsay. And this is also the Color Cube number 389. This was Lindsay and this was acrylics. This was Helen Campbell. And I kind of botched it all up there. I don't know what happened here. This was a Helen Campbell. This was a Lindsay with Kuretaki. This was a Lindsay. Really had fun with this one. This was nice. Even though Lindsay, I kind of made up my own colors and stuff like that, but it was good. This was a Helen Campbell. And this was, I believe this was a Lindsay class with gouache. This was also a Lindsay class. I think I bought these. She had classes on sale. And this was gouache. She had gouache and watercolor classes on sale. After World Watercolor Month, I believe. Yeah, you could see after World Watercolor Month, I bought those. And then this kind of looks nice. And then this was a Lindsay class with Daniel Smith watercolors. This was me doing color cubes. I just pulled out a color cube, and this is with Daniel Smith, and did that. This was me and color. This was a color cube, number 500, and it was Daniel Smith and ink. Really like the way it turned out. It turned out nice. This was just me doing the ink and then using water with the ink. This was Let's Make Art and Daniel Smith. This was Lindsay's class with Daniel Smith watercolor. This was Let's Make Art Iced Tea. That was Daniel Smith watercolors. Really like this. I made this with cold press watercolor paper. This was Let's Make Art Daniel Smith. This was a color cube number 190 with Daniel Smith. And this was me also with a color cube 160 with Daniel Smith watercolors. So that was interesting. So you can see I'm really into watercolors and gouache. But if you notice, these older I really did a lot more acrylics and stuff like that. So I made this. This is canvas. This is canvas that I painted over. This is an old necklace that I had that I never wore. So I used that. I thought it worked perfect with this. So let's just do, these are real quick. And I'm trying to remember. I think I have, I just want to make sure I remember. This was, I can't remember these. This was more acrylics and mixed media. I want to go through these really quickly because these are acrylics. These were using stencils and acrylics. A lot of acrylics. This is me. A lot of acrylics. I think these are pictures of birch trees that I painted over. This was, this is all acrylics. These are my hands. This was kind of fun to do. I wish I had the teachers' names, but I don't. I don't even know what these, I believe this might have been, I can't remember. Two for Joy. I think we're getting into kaleidoscope classes. I can't remember. This might even be Tracy Weinzapfel. I was into her for a short minute, but all she did was flowers, so kind of got out of it. Yeah, I think this is kaleidoscope or life book tasters, free classes. I believe this was Tamara Laporte. Then I wanted to use this up, so I got the idea from Lindsay Wyrick to start using smaller templates, because I started getting out of the big sketchbooks. I really like the smaller templates. I believe this was Phil Davies' art. I wish he had more classes because he stopped doing classes on YouTube, so I really liked him. This one I did real quick, Florida houses and urban sketching. And then all of a sudden I found Sketchbook School and I started doing those classes. And this was an art kickstart it was a class for like a week, and that was fun to do. And then we started this was all markers, and this was fun to do food and stuff like that. And that's when I really started liking. I believe this is Aliana or Debbie Walker. I'm trying to remember. This is Helen Campbell. This was me. Could be Lindsay classes. This could be Naomi Couture art. Then I started doing more Then I started using this for Sketchbook School. These are markers again. Sketchbook School on Thursdays is so much fun. It's live and it's fun. Really, really a lot of fun. I believe this was, I want to call The Old Kennels with Linda Thompson. She's really good. This was Phil Davies again. These are colored pencils. This is when I really got into the colored pencils. I would like to do more colored pencils. I definitely would. I believe this was Helen Campbell. Yes, look at that. Oh, I just love doing leaves. Love it. This was Helen Campbell, and this was me trying to do a reference photo, and it just failed miserably. This was a Lindsay with colored pencils. This was me. This was, I don't know, these are rose hips, but I don't know if there was a teacher or what. Maybe Helen Campbell, possibly. Sketchbook School, another Ray Campbell, Helen Campbell. This was a class that I bought from Sketchbook School. This was one of the classes. This was from the Old Kennels, another Linda Hampson. This was Helen Campbell with Inktense. I forgot about a lot of these. This was Helen Campbell with Inktense. This was Debbie Walker, Paul Rubens watercolor. This was, the teacher was Lizzie Harper, Daniel Smith. Wow, look at that. Wow. This is just recently. Wow. Helen Campbell. I hope this is in frame. I didn't even look this yet. This was Sketchbook School. This was fun. Just using a liner marker. This was a lot of fun. This was from Tamara's Kaleidoscope class, tasters. This was fun. Sketchbook School, draw with me on Thursdays. Another one, draw with me on Thursdays. This was Sketchbook School. We drew our pets. This was a fun one, Sketchbook School picnic. And this one was fun. We did a bunch of different crabs, and I believe I used Inktense. I don't remember what I used. This is an example of me doing a Helen Campbell, and the reference picture, I had no idea what I was doing. Even though the reference picture was, I couldn't figure out shadows or this or that. It was just so complex but I wanted to keep this in here, but I couldn't finish it. I just didn't know what I was frickin' doing. As you can see. It was just, I mean, it was so complex. Even though she was right in front of me doing it, I just couldn't figure it out. I don't know what was wrong with me. And here's a Nigella pod with Paul Rubens, and this was also Helen Campbell, and I believe that was it for that. So that's that. Let's do this one. This one is another one that I made. I liked making these, but these are so big now, I don't really want to use them. So I'm gonna do them like I did for, I'll either use them for sketchbook school or do like I did with those templates and stuff like that. I'm just gonna go through these really quick. So just want to show you what I used to do with, this was a winter solstice party in 2022. This was with acrylics and some luminescent paints. Let us begin. This is all acrylics. This is when I was really into acrylics. I got a whole drawer full. I really should get back into it. How can I leave my home when it is everywhere? This is nice. Then I believe, yes, a lot of this stuff, I don't understand. Let's see. These are doing textiles. This was when I was questioning if I should move to Florida or not. Doodle blobs. This was, I believe this, yeah, Sketchbook Revival 2023. Yep, Sketchbook Revival is starting this month. It's usually in the spring, but this is fun. Doodle blobs. This was Sketchbook Revival number 4. See, Sketchbook Revival is so much fun. These were fun. Oranges and pears. Sketchbook Revival. All Things Coffee Sketchbook Revival. This was Sarah. I forget what her name was. Oh, but I really liked, this was fun to do. I forgot what her name was. This was Sketchbook School or Kaleidoscope. Soul Tree. I believe, oh, I wish I could write, I should write down, this is why I'm starting to write down teachers' names, because I really want to give them props. This is just, I don't even know what that is. I believe this was Kaleidoscope. Yeah, could be Kaleidoscope. The free tasters. This was fun. These are different. Northern Lights. Yeah, that was fun too. Yeah, this looks like Kaleidoscope stuff. Really does. This was here I am with oil pastels, hating them, just hating them. This is I believe this is media paper. This was a Woman Unleashed Solstice. This was fun. This is where you just, Woman Unleashed is really fun. I wish I could find those. This was also Women Unleashed Solstice, where we just meditate and just do all kinds of really fun things while we're doing our art. This was Woman Unleashed Solstice. Now this was fun because I think this is Whitney Freya too. There's a heart, there's the infinity, there's a diamond, and a butterfly. So I think this is so cool. Yeah, it was Whitney Freya. So then because of this, I found Whitney Freya and I bought a couple of her books, and I bought some of her classes. Really, really love her. This is me. I don't know what that was from. And that was that with that. Just want to get through these really quickly. 2023 and 24. This is when I bought I bought a lot of classes from Tamara Laporte, and this is Ever After. This is Beauty and the Beast. This was Ever After. Or this could be the Kaleidoscope or Lifebook Taster Sessions with Lindsay. Yeah, this looks more like a Kaleidoscope class. That was fun. Yep, this looks like this is definitely Tamara, and it's definitely a a free tasters class. Look at the look at this. This is when I was really into. I did the look at the where are my words? This is acrylics, but I also have a lot of like mixed media paper in there. I want to just like, this is that quinacridone orange that I love. Yeah, definitely. This is definitely either Kaleidoscope or Lifebook free taster classes. This is another, I mean, I really love the way this came out. Look at, this was nice with the purple background, and then you went in through it with the red hair, with the acrylics. I guess I liked acrylics a lot. I just haven't done them a lot. This was with Tamara Laporte, and she's trying to do the light around here. That was a nice class. This was a Kaleidoscope or Lifebook Tasters. This was Ever After, Snow White. Teacher is Anne Hammond. See, I finally started writing this stuff. And this one is also Ever After. The teacher is Mickey Wild, and her name is Red. Really love this. Really cool. And this was me, Misty Moonlight. I did this. I did a video. I think there's a video out there that I did. And that's that. Because I stopped doing these really large sketchbooks, and I got one last sketchbook. This one was, I love the sketch, and I always saved it because it's got the really cool paper. But I bought this when I first started doing art, and it's really nice hardcover, and it's got all this really cool paper. This was like one of the first Lifebook classes that I did. And it was also mixed media. I really did a lot of mixed media back then. This one is another class that I did, and I called it Grandmother, Mother, Daughter, because I could see my mother, my daughter, and me in here. 2022, yep. This one was fun. This was one of the, I believe, the Lifebook classes or sketchbook classes. This was fun. Create, play, fun. One of the free classes. Really love this. Really. This was fun to do. This was 2022. This is another mixed media that I love this stuff. It's funny how my art has morphed, you know? This was fun. Soulful Grunge. I liked that. This was a definitely Kaleidoscope or Lifebook class. And then there was another one. This was, really liked these. I believe, I forgot the teacher's name. I think I went to her Patreon, and that's why I've done a few of hers. This was definitely, this was, I bet you I even spelled that wrong. It doesn't look right to me. This was a Tamara Laporte class. This was, I believe this was, I don't even know what this is. Acrylics, I believe, and gold. God, I forgot that I even did a lot of these classes. Isn't that funny? This was a fun class to do. Gratitude tree and all the things that I was grateful for. 2023. This was fun too. I just love the way she turned out. This was mixed media. Look at this. This is from an envelope that I just kind of put down there, but it just kind of just fit. It just really fit. And this was fun. I really wish I had all the teacher's stuff that I could add to this. Fun. And then this was a Tamara Laporte class. I absolutely loved this. I think this is the last one. If you can see this paper, it's so cool. But this was a Tamara Laporte class, and this was fun to do. And I just love this paper. And I have some left, but I don't know what I would use. I got some Tamara the tasters start, a Year of Light tasters start on September 16th. So hopefully I could do some of those in here. And then that's, oh, I got one. Is that it? Yep, that was it. That was all of them. Thank you for being here for my art journal flip through. And now I'm going to do some more art. I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.